So in this video I'm going to show you how to remove polygel nails. So what you'll need is cotton pads or cotton balls, anything like that, foil, acetone. Make sure it's 100% acetone, otherwise you'll be doing this forever. You need a scraping tool. A cuticle pusher is probably best, but I use both of those. You will also need an e-file, but if you don't have one, I will show you how to do this without one. Nail clippers, but this is optional. This is just to trim your nails when the polygel is off. Lastly, cuticle oil, because your hands will be so dry after this. If you don't like the foil method, you could also soak your hands in a bowl of acetone. That works too. So this was the state of my nails after 17 days. There was no lifting, no cracking, no nothing. Like, they stayed on quite well. So firstly, if you have long nails, cut them down, because if you don't and you just go ahead and take off the whole thing, it's going to take you a lot longer than you want, and you don't want that. So just cut them down as much as you can. How I like to do this is I cut one side of the nail, then the other side of the nail. Sometimes it pops off, sometimes you have to pull it off. Next, you want to cut up some foil or rip them. Next, you want to soak the cotton pads and then place it over the nail. Then you get your piece of foil, wrap it around the cotton and kind of squeeze it on there so it doesn't move. And then repeat those steps for the rest of your fingernails. So this method works with all types of nails. Acrylics, polygels, gel polish nails, builder gel, anything. So I really like this method because the foil helps trap the heat in, which makes this work a lot faster. So I like to do this in 2 sittings. So I do the first batch and sit for 20 minutes, then see how much comes off. Then the second round really depends on how much came off in the first round. This is what it looks like after 20 minutes, and I'm gonna try and scrape off as much as I can. Side note, when you take off the foil and cotton pads, don't throw them away because you will reuse them for your next round. Then I go in with my cuticle pusher because it seems to scrape even more off. Now I go in with my e-file to just file some of it off, because at this point it's really soft and I feel like it just files a lot more off. So if you don't have an e-file, 2 things you can do at this step. So you could do this part with a hand file. It might take a little bit longer, but it still works. Or if you don't want to use a hand file, you could do 3 rounds of soaking instead of 2, and that should get rid of the polygel. Now you want to put those back on and sit for about another 20 minutes. You can also add more acetone if you feel like the pads are dry. So this was after 25 minutes because I lost track of time, but everything came right off after the 25 minutes. Here I'm using the Cuticle Pusher to push back any bits that I missed out. There was also base gel that was left on there, and I was also getting rid of that. Here I'm smoothing out the nail. I initially go in with a hand file just to show the people without an e-file what to do, but I finished this step with my e-file. Once you're done filing, just put some cuticle oil on your cuticles and like on the nails too, because as you can see they are dry, they need it. And that's my other hand I did off camera, and literally that's it.